What do you say, Captain?
I say, Captain, let's check in at crew scheduling and then go look at the weather.
Aye, sir, we'll do it. Oh, boy, look at that beautiful high. Yeah, but look at this front back here. See, how fast is that front moving?
About 25 miles per hour to the east, Captain. Here's the latest map.
Good. Thanks, Henry. Dick, let's fly down to 22,000.
Sounds like a good altitude to me, Arthur. I'll go in and make out the flight plan.
Okay. In this room, they get weather reports every hour on the hour from weather stations scattered all over the United States and Canada.
Here you are, sir.
Hi, Dick. Flight 601, proposed 1400.
The dispatcher's office is the central intelligence for all aircraft. They know where every plane is every minute. On this big board, the clerk notes the position of each plane en route, as reported by radio, and the time due at the next checkpoint. We fill out our flight plan with the dispatcher, giving our exact route of flight, the altitude, the amount of fuel, and so forth. A copy of this will be filed with the Government Airways Traffic Control.
Here you are, sir. How does that look to you?
The dispatcher gives us official clearance, and we're on our way.
Everything okay, Hugh?
The ship is ready, sir.
88 passengers, Captain. Gross weight 112,000 pounds.
Another full load, eh? Thanks, Al. That's what I like to see. Now, for you folks who've never been up on a flight deck before, this is it. The captain and the pilot have the flying controls at their fingertips at all times. While over here, the engineer is very busy with the engine instruments. These are the throttles, just like the accelerators on your car, one for each engine. 2, 3, 4. This is the control column. And with it, you fly the airplane. To the right, to the left, down, up, and here are your rudder pedals down below. The airspeed indicator shows just that, how fast we are going through the air. The altimeter tells us how high we are. This vertical speed indicator tells us our rate of climb or descent. The automatic direction finder? Well, that's just what its name would imply. It points to where we want to go when we tune in a radio station with it. This is the flux gate compass. And this one is the old reliable magnetic compass, just like Columbus had when he came over here. This is the omni-range bearing indicator. This is the localizer and glide path indicator, about which we'll talk a little bit more later. This is the artificial horizon. It shows the attitude of our plane with reference to the real horizon. And of course, you know that we have radio contact at all times, ship to ship, ship to ground, 2 or 3 transmitters and receivers. Now, this plane has already been very thoroughly checked by the maintenance department. And during the last hour, it was checked by our own flight engineer. But that's not enough. The pilot and the captain have 1, 2, 3 lists of checks to make before we start down the runway to take off. Okay, Dick, we'll do the before starting engines check, huh?
Right. Oxygen mask.
Immediately available.
Brake selector.
And so on through 39 separate items. Now, you passengers wonder why we sit and wait sometimes at the end of the runway. It is because the captain and the co-pilot and the crew are making these additional last-minute checks. Well, I guess we're ready to wind them up, Dick. Now switch over to intercom and talk to that gentleman outside there by the nose and get ready to start the engines.
Ground to cockpit. Clear to start.
Ready to start. Start 3.
Turning 3. Contact 3.
start 4.
Start 4.
Turning 4.
As soon as the second engine starts, the ground crew checks with the cockpit.
Hydraulic pressure up.
Now the safety pins can be removed from the 3 landing wheels. Otherwise, they could not be retracted when the plane is in the air.
Clear to start 2.
The same routine is followed for each engine.
Clear to start 1.
When the engines are all turning, the cockpit team goes through another checklist routine. Okay, Dick, let's do the before taxiing check.
Flux gate.
Cage.
Hydraulic pressure.
Okay.
Gear pins.
3 pins.
After that, he checks by radio with the airport ground control.
Idlewild ground control from Eastern Airlines trip 601. Taxiing instructions.
Eastern 601, clear to taxi. Clear to runway 13 right. 13 right. The wind south-southeast 10, altimeter 299.7.
Get the runway, Arthur. 15.
13 right, right?
Right.
13 right. Okay. Ready to taxi? Brakes off. Ground control having given us permission, we taxi over to the warm-up block. You notice they told us which runway to use and the wind direction. At the warm-up block, we go through the next, or before takeoff check.
Trim tabs.
Set.
Flight instruments.
Okay.
Fitted heaters.
Off.
Mixtures.
11 items are checked this time. The last check before the plane leaves the ground.
Ready to check mags. Number 1. Left. Both. Right. Both. Number 4.
And so on until all 4 engines have been run up and checked. We are now ready for takeoff clearance.
Idlewild ground control from Eastern 601. Ready for clearance.
Roger, Eastern 601, cleared for takeoff.
All right, brakes off. We're clear for takeoff. Here we go.
Ready for takeoff.
Takeoff power.